Welcome to the video lecture of course code U18 PCIT 401 course name web programming. And I am Dr. B. Dhanlakshmi, Professor, Department of Information Technology, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. And today we are going to see the topic in Unit 4, Applets. So first we will see the introduction to applets. So applet is a small Java program that can be easily transported over the network from one computer to another computer. So mainly applets are used to develop the web-based applications. And applets can be embedded even in an HTML page which can be downloaded from the server and can be run on the client so as to do a specific kind of task. So we'll see now the types of Java programs. So first Java program is standalone programs and the other one is web-based programs. So first we will see an example for standalone programs where we can just run in our own PC where you are not connecting from one system to another system. So first here we are just having a program which is written in Java and we are importing the util package for scanning the input. And here we are declaring three integer variables, namely a, b, and s, and string variable m and n. And here you are going to pass the command line arguments where the arguments are going to be stored in the string m and n. And that strings m and n are converted into integers and stored in x and y. So here we are going to retrieve the integer value from the integer container class and storing it in a and b respectively. And then you are adding the two numbers a and b and you are displaying the sum value. So this program, you are not requiring any input which is required from any other computer. So this can be run in a single standalone computer and here this program can run on a single machine where for compilation you need the JDK to be installed and for compiling we can use Java C keyword followed by the file name.java. And to execute this program, we can use Java keyword followed by the file name without the extension. So this program can run on a single machine. And next we will see about the web-based program. So this web-based program here, you can connect from one computer to another computer or in a network where many number of computers are connected. So here the compiler we can use javac followed by the file name.java. And while executing, we can run this applet program that is web-based application. So here we can use either the keyword applet viewer. So the keyword applet viewer instead of Java keyword can be used to execute the program. Or we can even embed this applet in a HTML page and you can run the HTML file in a web browser. So these are the two ways to execute these web-based programs. We will see that in detail in the future slides. So here to execute this applet program, we need to install the package, the Java predefined library, java.awt. So this package is required to develop web-based programs. Now we will first see the difference between applet and application before going into the applet programming. So first applet, the execution of the applet will not start from the main method. So main method here will not be the starting point of applet program. So instead application programming we have the execution which starts from main function. So next, applets cannot run on their own. That is, they have to be embedded inside a web page to get executed. So applet can be embedded inside a web page which is developed using HTML, and then you can execute this applet program. But application program, these can run on their own. That is, in order to get executed, they need not be embedded inside a web page. So it can run on their own, gets executed on their own. It doesn't need for any embedding inside any other file. And the third difference is applets can only be executed inside a browser which is embedded in HTML file or using applet viewer keyword. But applications can be executed at command line in a normal way. So no need of any web browser here. And next difference is applets execute under strict security limitations which disallow certain operations in applets. But in application programming, it have no inherent security restrictions. So there will be no security instructions. So here in applets, we can just have any authentication stuff inside the web page and you can embed that so that security can be imposed. And next point, applets have their own life cycle. So we can that is we can start the applet, we can initialize the applet, after that start the applet, then you can draw on the screen using paint function and you can kill the applet, that is destroy the applet using the stop function. So applets have their own life cycle. Applications also have their own life cycle, but their execution starts from main function. Now we will see the hierarchy of the applet class. So java.lang.object. So here java.lang.object is the top hierarchical class. And then java.awt.component, which is inherited from java.lang.object. So still in turn, we have a subclass java.awt.container. And here again, we have a subclass java.awt.panel and followed by java.applet.applet. Okay. And the class name should start with a capital letter applet. So here the applet class has a predefined hierarchy which is shown in the diagrammatic representation. And here the superclass of all the applets is java.applet.applet. So applet class is a superclass of all the applets. Now we will see the first example for the applet program. So as we already discussed, the package which we need to import is java.applet.star, which import all the files inside the applet package. And then we are importing AWT package. And then we have the applet tag, which is mandatory, which is given in the comment line, but it is not the comment, it's an applet tag. Applet tag always given like this. So it starts with applet code is equal to the applet class name. So what is the applet class name given here? First applet. So we are embedding the code as first applet dot class. So once we compile the particular applet file, we get the class file. So that class file you have to give here in the applet code. And then followed by height and width of the applet. So the height of the applet window is 250 and width is also 250. And then we have the closing applet tag. Okay, so this applet tag is very important. And if you're going to embed this program in the HTML file, we need to compulsorily give this applet tag. And now we will see the definition of the class. Public class first applet extends applet. Okay, so applet here is a superclass And from this class, we are deriving first applet class. And we have a paint function as we discussed earlier. Paint function is to just draw text or images, whatever. So for drawing on the window of the applet, we use the paint function. So public void paint. And argument will be the graphics class object. So this graphics class object is responsible to set the color for the applet window, to draw something on the applet window. So we make use of the functions which are predefined in the graphics class. So here we are setting the color as color dot red. So G dot set color and color as red. And then G dot draw string, where we are going to display this message on the applet window. What message is that? Welcome to HubSpot. So this message will be displayed at the particular position. What position is that? Here 50, 100. So in the position 50, 100, you can see the welcome to HubSpot message on the applet window. So this particular program will give you the output of an applet window where you can see the message welcome to HubSpot at the position 50, 100 X and Y position, and where the background color for the applet may be red color. So how to compile and how to execute the program. So first compiling, save your file as the class name.java, and for compiling, it's a normal compilation procedure as we do the Java program. So Java C is the compiler keyword which we are going to use, followed by the file name.java. So Java C first applet.java, and followed by, to execute, we can either use applet viewer keyword and run in the command line itself, or we can embed this applet tag in an HTML page and then run the HTML file in a web browser. So here we are running in the command line itself. How to run that? Applet viewer keyword and then followed by filename.java. So when you give this, you can get the output, that is applet window of size 250 cross 250 height and width of the applet window, and we can see the message or displayed on the screen, that is welcome to HubSpot, and which is displayed in the position 50, 100. So x-axis 50 and y-axis 100. And the text is displayed as red color. So background, it's like a text display. We are setting the color of the pen which you are using to paint on the screen as red color. Okay, so here we can see the text displayed in red color. So this is your first applet program where we used the applet viewer in the command line and execute the program. Now we will see the in detail, that is applet program is compiled in the same way as you do the console programs. So there are two ways, as we discussed, executing the applet with Java compatible web browser, that is using an applet viewer such as standard tool applet viewer, and applet viewer executes the applet window. For executing an applet in a web browser, which is second method, we create a short HTML file in the directory, same directory where you are saving the applet class program, and inside the body tag of the file, we have to include the following code. What is that code? Applet tag, which will load the applet class. So we already saw the tag, how it will be. Applet code is equal to the file name, even you can give dot class, and followed by the width and the height of the applet. Okay, so and followed by the closing tag, applet closing tag. So this tag should be present in the HTML file if you want to run in the web browser. So now we will see the applet life cycle. An applet may move from one state to another depending upon the set of the behavior of at each phase based on the behavior. We are just differentiating the states evolved at each transition. So the first state starts with born state, followed by running state, and the applet can go to the idle state and finally dead state. So these behaviors are inherited in the form of methods from the applet class. This is the applet state diagram. So, and the stages in the applet is also mentioned. So first stage, applet is initialized, applet is started, and applet is painted, applet is stopped, and then applet can be destroyed. So first it begins with born state, okay? And when you call the init function, the applet will be loaded. So, and once the start function is invoked, the applet enters the running state, and you can use the paint function when the applet is running to draw text, to draw images, and you can use stop method to enter into the idle state or waiting state. And to get back to the running state from the idle state, again you can use the start function. And when destroy function is used, it enters the dead state. So this shows the life cycle of an applet. So as we discussed, once the applet is loaded, it is getting initialized and the applet is getting started. And once it gets started, it enters the running state where you can paint the applet window. And when you just want to make the applet to enter into the idle state, you can use either stop function and resume back to the running state from idle state using start function. And when you're not going to use applet any further, in that case, you can kill the applet using destroy function where the applet enters the dead state. So this is the detailed explanation of the life cycle of applet. So first is init function where it creates the objects which are needed by the applet, and this init function is responsible for setting up the initial values, load the font and images, or setting up colors for the applet window and the text what is going to be displayed on the applet window. And then it is called only once during the lifetime of an applet. So next is start function, which moves to this phase automatically after the initialization state. If the applet is stopped or it goes to idle state, then start method must be called in order to enter back to the running state, resume back to the running state. And next is paint function, which is called each time when you draw or redraw any output on the applet window. And stop function, which is the idle state once it is stopped from running. And finally, destroy function, an applet goes to dead state when it is destroyed by invoking the destroy method of applet class. And this results in complete removal of applet from the memory. And next we will see the common methods which are used in applet programming. DrawString function, which is used to output a string to an applet, and it is typically called from within a paint function or update function. So drawString takes two arguments, namely string message and then the position of x-axis as a second argument, and position where the string to be displayed y-axis position in the third argument. And next function set background and get background. So this will be used to set and get the background color. So this takes the argument as a color value. So here the predefined constants for each color can also be used for setting up background, and then set foreground and get foreground. So this sets and gets the color of the text to be displayed on the foreground of the applet window. So the method here takes the argument as the again color value. Set foreground will take the argument as the color value. And next is show status, which display any string in the status window of the browser. So applet window status bar will be there. In that, if you want to display any string, you can use the show status, and show string can be used to set the string value on the status bar. And now we will see the graphics in applet window. So for using graphics class, we have to import the package java.awt. And in that AWT package, we have graphics class. So this graphics class has many methods. So first method, public abstract void drawString method. So as we discussed, drawString takes 3 arguments: string value and X position, Y position. And next function, drawRect. DrawRect takes 4 arguments. The first 2 arguments are X and Y position from where the rectangle drawing should start, and the third and the fourth argument are width and height of the rectangle. So next is fillRect. So this will also display, that is draw a rectangle at the particular position x comma y with the width and the height value specified in the argument, but the rectangle will be colored. By default, black color will be set. And next is draw oval. So draw oval, again here 4 arguments are there. First 2 are x and y position from where your drawing of oval should start, and third and fourth argument will be width and height. That is, the width and height of the oval will be given as the third and fourth argument. So it will just form a framework of a rectangle inside which an oval shape will be drawn. And again, next is fill oval, where the same concept, but here the oval will be colored. Default color will be there in the oval shape. And next is draw line function. So where the first 2 arguments again x and y position from where the line will start, and then followed by the height, that is drawing 2 lines. We are fixing 2 points here. First point is x1 and y1, and the second point is x2 and y2. So connecting these 2 points, a line will be drawn on the screen. And next is Boolean draw image, which is used to draw a specified image which is given in the argument in the particular position x comma y. And next is draw arc, which is used to draw a circular arc at the particular position x comma y, and width and height is also given, and starting angle and the arc angle will also be given as the argument. And the same is fill arc, but you will be having the default color inside the arc. And next function in the graphics class is set color, set font. So set color is used to set a color to the object, and set font is used to set the font. What type of font you want to use to draw the string on the window. So for that you can use set font, where the argument is any font type. So this is the program for graphics class, where we just import the package awt.star and applet package, and here the class name graphics demo 1, which extends the superclass applet, and we have a paint function, and where graphics G, the object for graphics class, is passed as the argument, and g.setColor, where the color is black set for the background, and g.drawString, where you are going to display the message given here at the particular position 50, 50, and then we are going to set color dot blue color. So g dot fill oval. So here oval will be drawn at the particular position 170, 200 with height and width as 30, 30, and the oval will be filled with some default color. And then draw arc function is used, fill arc, draw rect, fill rect, and draw oval. So all these functions, the output we can see on the screen And when you want to embed this applet in a HTML file, this is the code. Like we already discussed, execution of applet program is of two types. One is you can run as a console program using applet viewer keyword, and the other way is embed the applet in a HTML file. Okay, so here the applet class is here as a separate file which is saved as graphics demo1.java, and you are going to embed this applet inside this HTML file. As we already discussed, inside the HTML file body tag, inside the body tag, we are going to give the applet tag. So what is the syntax? Applet code is equal to the applet class name. What is that class name? Graphics demo1 dot class. And width and height of the applet window is given. Okay, and the closing tag of applet, and you close the HTML file. Now, how to run this program? You have to open this HTML file in the web browser. So when you open that in the web browser, you will get this output. So here you can see the text displayed on the screen, and you can see a shape of rectangle, that is square shape. But if you give a rectangle shape width and height, accordingly it will be drawn, and you can see the oval shape, and you can see the line, circle, everything, okay, on the screen. And here, before running it in the web browser, you have to compile the applet class. How to compile it? Javac filename.java. And applet viewer filename.java. If you give filename.java, it will open in the command prompt itself. And if you give .html in the console program, automatically a window will appear here on the screen. So these are all the optional attributes which are used in the applet programming. So align, alt, height, headspace, so which is used to define the horizontal spacing around the applet, height of the applet, then alternate text for an applet. If the applet window is not properly loaded, you can initialize what message to be displayed using this alt attribute. Align means specify the alignment of the applet, left, right, top, bottom, so like that. And headspace, horizontal spacing around the applet, and name of the applet, V space, vertical spacing around the applet, and width of the applet, height of the applet. All these are the attributes. And now we will see how to display image using applet. So as we discussed, you have to import the package applet and AWT. So here you're extending applet class, and to display the image using applet, we have to use an image file first. Say for example, image pic you're declaring, and then you are initializing the applet where you get the image. The image name is images.jpg. So once this get image function is used, automatically the applet is initialized with this value. And now you have to call the paint function. Now the applet enters the running state after the start state. And here you are using the graphics object to draw the image on the applet window. So draw image. And here pic is the image which is initialized with images.jpg. So pic comma, what position it has to be drawn, 100 comma 30. So in that position of the applet window, you can see the picture embedded. Okay, and if you are using the HTML file, you have to import the applet tag. Now this is the output when you open the HTML file in the browser, or when you use the applet viewer keyword in the console program. So the image getting displayed in the particular position on the applet window. So first you have to get image, and then you have to draw the image on the screen. And then how to add sound to the applet. So here we are importing again AWT package, applet package, and also AWT.event. Event package is used here because we are going to embed the sound file into the applet. So here the file name is play sound applet, which extends applet and implements action listener interface. So this action listener is responsible for embedding the audio file. So here we are using a button control, and you are creating objects for the button controls, play, comma, stop. And we have a class called audio clip. in the AWT package. Here audio clip, we are creating object for that. And now in the init function, we are initializing the buttons and the audio clip values. So play means is equal to new button, play underscore loop. This constant you are initializing for the play button. And then you are adding this play button into the window. And play dot add action listener. And this refer to the current object. Okay, so we are implementing the add action listener function here. And then stop button is also initialized with stop underscore play, and we are adding the stop button also, and we are adding the action listener here. And then audio clip is initialized with get audio clip, get code base, that is you are importing the .wav audio file or mp3 file also you can import. So get audio clip is the function which is used to include the audio file into the screen. Now we are seeing the function action performed. So this function will receive the event and will handle it. So button source button, you are creating one more button, that is source, which has its lifetime inside this function. So we are getting ae.getSource. Okay, and you are converting that into button type and you're storing it in source button. And if source.getLabel is equal to play loop, if the label of the source is play loop, then you have to call which function? Play function. So audio clip dot play. And if the label is stop play, then what function should be called? Audio clip dot stop function. So when you execute this program, we'll get this output, say play loop, stop loop. Two buttons will be seen on the screen. When you click this play loop, automatically that MP3 file, that is wave file, audio file will be embedded and you can hear the sound if the speaker is available in your system. And if you click stop play, automatically the playing sound will be stopped at once. Okay, so the two controls we have embedded in the applet window, and also we are embedding the functions play and stop here in the applet window, that is embedding audio file into the applet. Thank you. We will meet in the future lecture.